wanted to change your appearance, would you go to the extreme of choosing plastic surgery to do it? Many celebrities, such as Megan Fox and Heidi Montag, have gone under the knife to fix what they thought was imperfection. There are two categories to plastic surgery. There's cosmetic and reconstructive. Cosmetic surgery is a procedure used to alter a person's face or body that they are not pleased with. Reconstructive surgery is a procedure used to fix an abnormal defect of a person's face or body. My speech is not about reconstructive surgery because I believe that is necessary in times of need. My speech is about the dangers and the price you might have to pay for the cost of beauty with cosmetic surgery. Some say imperfection is beauty, and I tend to agree with that line of thought. Think about it for a second. If we were meant to be perfect, then why is it that none of us are perfect? Obviously, life shouldn't be about perfect results and perfect looks. It has always seemed strange to me that there are people in this world that have an almost sick obsession with being perfect. Here are some pictures of some celebrities that have gone too far. Their obsession with cosmetic plastic surgery has morphed them into completely different people. I've seen many of my girlfriends complain about a pimple here or how they are gaining weight, when in reality, they should be content with what they have and enjoy their lives. One aspect of the aspiration of being perfect that has always bothered me is I think that people and women in general should not be getting cosmetic plastic surgery done. Why is it that a person feels the need to change their body so much that they are willing to go under the knife for it? People should not need a hefty and expensive procedure to become pretty or perfect. But for some reason, thousands of people a year are paying a massive amount of money in order to become a little bit closer to perfect. Unfortunately, some of the reasons why people are getting such procedures done is because the media really glamorizes beauty and perfection. Think about the last time you saw a news anchor on TV. Were they fat? Or did they have just the right look and the perfect makeup on? Think about the movies. The actors are always a perfect person. The next time you're in a store, have a glance at a magazine cover and you will quickly realize that the media puts up a front. No person really looks like that in real life because perfect people do not exist. Unfortunately, the medical field is playing along with this media hype and is offering surgical procedures to people that want to look like these stars. Not only are these surgeries somewhat dangerous, but they cost a great deal of money. Nonetheless, way too many people are getting these surgeries a year. Last year alone, 13.8 million surgeries were reported in the United States, which is a ridiculously high number. Why is it that millions of people feel the need to get a surgical procedure done in order to feel better about themselves? Let's examine this. The people who are going under the knife usually have self-esteem issues that they cannot deal with emotionally. If they fix their outward appearance, they're not truly dealing with their problems. There is some sort of emotional stress in their minds that a surgery or any type of look-changing surgery cannot fix. It is an emotional void which can be fixed through talking and facing your problems, instead of trying to fix it with an external appearance. These sorts of surgeries might mask the problems, but never truly fix them. Looking like Brad Pitt or Angelina Jolie will not make you feel any better or make you a better person. In the end, you will still go home and have those recurring thoughts of you asking yourself if you're pretty enough for the world. Every person must remember, if you have insecurities, then you must face those insecurities. If you feel like you have gained some weight, then go work out and make a goal for yourself that you can achieve. If you don't feel pretty enough, then look at yourself in the mirror and remind yourself of what all you have and have to be looking for. If there is any sort of underlying emotional problem, then face it and talk it through with your family members and friends. You can get through anything, but you must face your problems. A plastic surgery might make you prettier, but it will never fill the emotional void that's in your heart. Not only are these problems emotional, but once people actually begin having these surgeries, the financial aspect comes into play. These surgeries are not cheap, so unless this person is filthy rich, and not many people are, then this person will either have to borrow money or wait a long period amount of time in order to afford it. There are several problems with this because it only compounds the problems people already face instead of making it better, which isn't that the intended goal of the surgery to begin with? If you have to borrow money, whether from a bank or from another person, you are only adding financial pressure to yourself. You have to worry about being able to afford these payments, and what if there is an emergency or you lose your job? You may not be able to afford this surgery, and that can only add on to your emotional stress. The second aspect is the waiting part. If you choose to instead wait and save up money, you are still not dealing with your problems. Instead, you are shifting the focus that you could be using to help yourself emotionally into saving up money for a surgery that might even be needed. Time is of the essence, and that time should be spent in looking for ways to solve your emotional woes instead of bettering your appearance. There are many risks that come into play with plastic surgery. For one, you could suffer from excessive bleeding after the surgery. Infections can also arise, and those must be stopped immediately. Lastly, death can be an ending result. Toxic levels of anesthetics have been known to cause respiratory failure in some patients. So you must ask yourself, do I really want to risk my life and health for vanity? Or is this the kind of person that I want to be remembered as when I die? Instead of focusing on your outward appearance, we should begin to shift our attention how we are as people and how beautiful we are on the inside. Yes, I know this sounds very corny, but honestly, it is the truth. What really matters in this world is how you treat others and what kind of person you are to them. In 20 or 30 years, when you have a kid, they will not be raving about how good you look after a surgery. Instead, they will be talking about how good of a mother or father you were. Your friends will not be talking about how good you look. Instead, they will be talking about your character in times of need. They will tell others of how brave and strong you were. Finally, if we are confident on the inside, then that confidence is going to radiate through our outer appearance, which can make us seem more attractive to other people. What do we want our legacy as people to be? Is it to be as pretty as money can make us? Or is it to be a true friend, brother, sister, or father? Not only will we make our lives much better, but we will make the people who surround us much happier. In the end, it doesn't matter how pretty you were or how many cars you had. What really matters is how you made people feel. What matters is how good of a son or a daughter you were. Did you have goals in life, and were you able to achieve those goals? I understand we all get down and feel insecure at times. Any person that says they didn't is lying. Whenever I start to feel this way, I think about all the people that have been in terrible accidents and disasters that might have to suffer with a completely different face for the rest of their life. I remind myself of how lucky I am to have all I have, and that some people would kill just for a normal face again. Disappointment and sadness should not define us as people, but rather make us stronger and more resolute. We can make the world a better place, not one surgery at a time, not one better looking person at a time, but one better person at a time. We must become stronger internally before we can feel beautiful. Thank you.